So as we have already done the polarized membrane structure and the depolarized membrane structure, let's start with the differences between you can say the two, which are given in a very nice manner in your books also. You can see here the main differences between the polarized membrane and the depolarized membrane. So here you can see the concentration of cations is more just outside the membrane than on the inner side. It means outside was positively charged with respect to the inside in the polarized membrane. Okay. And then coming to the you can say depolarized, the concentration of cations is less just outside the membrane than on the inner side. So in context to cations, if you are saying, you can speak it like this also, or you can just say that in the depolarized membrane outside negative you can say ions are there as compared to the inside where there are positively charged ions. Now coming to the next one, the inner side. We know that in the polarized membrane, the inner side is electronegative with respect to the outside. The outside which is electropositive. Whereas in the depolarized membrane, the inner is electropositive and the outer side is electronegative. So you can see here in this diagram also, which we have done yesterday, you can see here. This is the repolarized or the polarized state where positive outside and negative inside was there. Here negative on the outside and positive on the inside. This is the polarized state which is similar to the repolarized state. So in this way you'll know the differences also. Next, again there are differences given between the resting potential and the action potential, which we have done in detail. Again you can see the differences. How do we define the resting potential? Resting potential is a potential difference across a neuronal membrane of a polarized nerve fiber. That is the differential ionic concentration on the two sides of the nerve membrane, and this is minus 90 millivolts. And you can see the next one is the potential. What is action potential? Here the potential difference across the you can say two sides of the neural membrane of the depolarized membrane, it at once reaches plus 45 to plus 50 millivolts. So from negative value of minus 90 millivolts, it becomes positive of plus 45 to plus 50 millivolts. And then you can see if you want to know, this was about the values. Ionic distribution in the resting potential, this is the extracellular fluid where more sodium ions are dominating on the outside with respect to the potassium ions which are inside, and because more of them are on the outside, so it is positively charged there. Whereas in the case of action potential, here we have cytoplasm with both more sodium and potassium ions. Okay, so here both the ions are present with having the differential concentration of these ions there. Okay, so these were the differences. Then let's just do, because this is given in your book, I'll just do this repolarization of a nerve fiber. Maybe we have done it. So you have seen that after the peak of the action potential, which is the spike potential, which is the threshold potential required to bring about the you can say stimulation of the nerve fiber, the permeability of the you can say sodium ions decrease, while it becomes more permeable to potassium ions. So at that time it becomes more permeable to potassium ions. How much permeable? It is about 9 times, which rapidly diffuse out of the cytoplasm and to the extracellular fluid. 2, you can say changing the electrochemical gradient. It is so that the sodium channels, now actually what happens, the sodium channels begin to close. You can see the sodium channels in active area, they start closing. Okay, so in this way so many sodium channels are closing, where as the potassium channels are now opening. So but the activation is very slow. In this particular resting nerve fiber, they were closed and the potential difference was minus 90 millivolts, whereas when they open, the potential difference, you can say, the at once changes and becomes plus 45 to minus 90 millivolts. So at once that change is there. Okay, so here you can say here you can see the sodium channels are closed. Here you can see potassium channels are opened in both. Here it is opening, here it has already opened. So this is the mechanism of repolarization ho gaya. Now you can see closing of sodium channels occur due to the closing of inward lying inactivation gates. So sodium channels is open will close on because their inactivation gates are closing. These are the inactivation gates, they are closing na. And then on the other hand, when the membrane potential rises towards zero that we did yesterday, there are changes, conformational changes occur in the voltage gated channels. Potassium channel structure, uska configuration changes, and potassium channels you can say are opened. So soon this part of the membrane regains its original polarity and becomes, you can say, electropositive on the outside and electronegative on the inside. So this is a repolarized nerve fiber. Then coming to the next, we will do the propagation of the nerve impulse along the nerve fiber. You can say in the modulated nerve fibers and in the non-modulated nerve fibers. Now in the non-modulated nerve fibers, we know that there is no medullary sheath present. So the nerve fiber has ability to, you can say, transmit. Okay, I'll just change its like this. Nerve fiber has ability to transmit action potential along the length in particular direction. So here you can say in this occurs in the local circuits, whereas the depolarized area causes depolarization of the next area and so on. So in this way, the negative charge which is on the outside of the nerve fiber attracts a positive charge, or you can say of the next polarized nerve fiber. In this way, you can see positive charge attracting the negative. Here the positive charge attracting the negative. So this was a polarized state. This becomes depolarized, and then the next becomes repolarized state. So in this way, the nerve impulse is conducted to the next portion of the nerve fiber. So thus depolarized area is repolarized and next polarized area becomes depolarized. This is due to diffusion. Actually this is happening due to the, you know that there's differential flow of ions. Diffusion, there is a, due to the diffusion of sodium ions, flow you can say inward because of activation of sodium channels. So this, in this way, action potential spreads. Now let's move further, and here you can see next is that the same process is repeated and the action potential flows onto the nerve fiber as a wave of depolarization. Now coming to the saltatory conduction of the nerve impulse. Let me stop here.